Session 2, Day 2 at the World Bowls Championships here at Club Helensvale on Australia's Gold Coast. Australia versus Jersey here in the first exhibit of men's pairs action at the tournament on Ringside Live. It's Aaron Tees and Aaron Wilson from Australia against Derek Boswell and Malcolm D'Souza from Jersey. Looking forward to this one. Val Febo here with you, and joining me is the one, the only, blessed Barry Lester. How are you?
Good, Val. Yeah, really enjoyed this morning's game. Just great to see Kamari, really push Allen, especially throughout the middle stage of that match, and just seeing the players adjust to the conditions. We've got a bit of a swirling breeze, and we've also switched directions for this match also. So players just finding their way through the roll-up and just trying to read what the hands are doing, what's the pace doing, and what a great place to be playing bowls. Club Helensvale, one of the best facilities in the world, and on the biggest stage.
Yep, it's pretty darn good here. And, of course, both of these two teams have enjoyed undefeated starts to the tournament. So Jersey's first match against Malta was a 17-all draw. They defeated Singapore in a tight one yesterday, 18-16. Then a big win over Argentina, 32-1, before defeating the Philippines 23-10 this morning. Australia defeated Argentina 26-7, then the Philippines 27-9 before a bye in the final session of the day yesterday. And then this morning they started the day with a 36-6 win over Samoa. So the ladder as it stands in this section here, we've got Wales. They are sitting on top here. They haven't had a bye yet, and they are undefeated at the moment. 4 matches, 4 wins. Jersey sit in second, 3 wins and a draw from their 4. Australia sitting in third with 3 wins and a bye. So a win here will catapult the Aussies into second place in the Section 1 standings. After this, we've got Malta, Singapore, Norfolk Island, the Philippines, Argentina and Samoa rounding out the 9 teams. Baz, where do you see this one being won and lost?
Well, as I said just then, Val, the conditions are changing. So we've got a set of flags coming in from the westerly breeze, and then we've got some flags over in the left-hand corner there. They look like they're being affected by an easterly. So it can swirl around a little bit now that they've got the covered green in the middle. So players just adjusting to the conditions. But I think Aaron and Disco, they both have played in this venue many times, but it's all one up front for me. Front end pressure. Skips want to be able to just do their job, add when they need to, maybe cover some back bowls. But if you can really put those front bowls in from a leads perspective, it just takes a little bit of pressure off the skip. But we all know what Disco can do if need be. He might have to be forced to play a couple of big weighted shots when needed, but ideally I think the game should be won in 3-bowl pairs with the front end battle.
Certainly will, and look at what Teesy's been able to do on Australian soil in recent years. Australian Championships, Australian Open titles, and almost got 2 Australian Open titles this year. It took his Australian teammate, Aaron Wilson, brilliance to destroy his hopes with Aaron Sheriff in the final end of that contest at Broadbeach. So looking forward to seeing what Teesy can do here on his major event debut for Australia.
Yeah, Asia Pacific Games 219, undefeated Aaron Tees, both in the triples and fours. Had a really good Asia Pacific Games in 19 on these greens. Helensvale hosted a lot of those days over the 2 weeks. So he's got good memories of winning gold for Australia in the green and gold in a major, not a Com Games or Worlds, but here he is. Just missed out on Com Games last year. Here he is back where he needs to be. And the beauty about Aaron Tees being on the mat, it just shows how versatile he is. He can play any position. He's skipped at the highest level, and here he is leading for Australia under Disco.
Tris Assam commenting, love the Jersey uniform. Yeah, it is quite good. Don't mind it at all. Bit of colour. The Australian uniform's looking wonderful. Puma doing a great job. And a lot of love for Teesy.
You can't beat the red and blue, though, can you? The Ds.
Oh, come on. We all know it's yellow and black.
Yeah, they do look really smart. All the countries do. I commented on yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, just the venues as well. They've really put in a lot of effort to get the venues up looking great. And
they have. And Teesy, look at the comments flooding in for Teesy. My hero is Teesy. That's from Joe Whitehead. Jesse Burke, let's go Teesy.
Joe said that about me the other week.
Did she?
Yeah, come on, Joe.
Oh, that's disappointing, Joe. You can only have one hero. Is it Baz or Teesy?
That's great. Joe's a big bowls lover.
So we're just waiting for the horn.
Yeah, so time limit games. So just everyone has to start on the horn and finish. Well, they get a 10-minute warning. But the games, if the jack hasn't been rolled before the hooter's gone at the end of the play, you will miss out on playing potentially a couple of ends of the game.
Any second now. It's about to be raised, we believe. There we go. Underway, and Teasy has taken half a second to get that jack rolled, and these two, we know they play quick. They were the first to finish their warm-up end, or their trial ends, and Teasy will get us underway here. All four of these bowlers, Boswell, D'Souza, Tees and Wilson, using Henselite Dreamline XGs.
So forehand it is, heading north, away from the clubhouse, into what seems to be a bit of a westerly, really. Trying to really pinpoint what this breeze is doing, but it's a lovely start from Teasy.
You take me away from the water here on the Gold Coast, and I have no idea which way I'm facing, so I'm glad you're here with me, Baz.
Yeah, it's a very important aspect of the game. You've got to understand, obviously, what direction you're playing in, but then what the wind's doing. If you get a good read on that early, it can really help you settle into a nice hand and feel your way through the game. Aaron Tees, if need be, he'd just love to be able to play forehand all day long in this direction and then find out which other hand. But ideally, already he's got his mind made up from the roll-up and he'll try and settle in as a lead. Minor correction required, just a little bit of weight off and his line will sort itself out.
So you played against Malcolm D'Souza at the Com Games last year. What makes him so good and so dangerous?
Yeah, touch player, beautiful delivery, very smooth technique, and that's super important, especially on multiple surfaces. You've got to be able to adapt from slow to quick, and 9 times out of 10, your delivery is going to be the one that sorts you out. You've got to have a mechanism for all surfaces, so you'll be able to control your body weight and slow the tempo down on the quicker stuff, and then increase the tempo and increase that body weight for the slower stuff. So a good tip for our bowlers listening today, if you can, try and practice on multiple paced surfaces and multiple surfaces in terms of synthetic, carpet, grass, and that'll really fast-track your development. Aaron Tees just coming in on the forehand. That'll do for shot. So got the weight he was after on bowl 3. He's happy, he's laughing, having a good time. That's what it's all about. Yeah, you'll notice a lot of players, Val, they'll just practice week by week on the same surface, probably on similar rinks, similar conditions, and then when something comes up that they're not used to, they could have potentially practiced in it. So ideally you want to be out there on cold days, rainy days, sunny days, windy days, practicing all the elements the games face. That's what these players do. So when something like a heavy rain or a heavy wind, in these conditions at World Championships, they will stay out there in all those conditions until the greens start to puddle, because at World Championship level, that's what they're faced with sometimes, and that's what we have to do.
So, Baz, we've just had a question from Terry Sefton here. Lachlan Williams is going to jump on very quickly to just answer that.
Yeah, so just to clarify, I know there's been a bit of commentary around sort of the coverage of games and obviously a fair bit of Australian coverage, which is fair to note, but also fair to note that we are Bowls Australia. We're covering the players that are most interested for our audience in Bowls Australia, but to counter that as well, we've also offered 2 streams a session, which I bet if you were to look back at World Championships or any bowls event in history, wouldn't have been covered before. So to offer 2 streams at a time, there's 44 countries, so obviously it's going to be pretty hard to get to all of them. But you know, we've got the second stream right now happening that our fantastic partners at Gold Coast Tweed are looking to cover. So just a bit of a heads up there that we've done our best to provide ample coverage, and there's going to be more than 40 streams across 2 weeks, and that's going to equate to probably close to more than 150 hours of bowls to be able to watch.
Well said, Locke. Brilliant. You've done a wonderful job putting this schedule together and ensuring that everybody that we play has sort of had an even standpoint. But as you said, we are Bowls Australia. We will be covering the Jackaroos, and then we do have the second stream. And a big thank you to Gold Coast Tweed for providing that. So hopefully that answers the question. And the pace of the green, Baz, we heard this morning, 14 seconds. Probably a little bit quicker than that now with the sun.
Yeah, no doubt. I just timed it before, went out there and had a look around, and especially with a little bit of shine on the green now from the temperature. Yeah, it'll be just 15 a quarter now. Aaron Wilson's first bowl, right down the spine on the front of the jack. He's trying to not set up a target here, but ideally count or cover, and he split up those 3 bowls. So as you can see there, the bowls at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and sort of 4:30, they're all away, and Aaron Wilson's put one right in amongst them all, because Malcolm, he's just looking to shift that shot bowl through the jack, and he's a classy player. As I mentioned, he gets the bowl away beautiful. He's got good touch, good forward body weight momentum, as we see a lot of the United Kingdom bowlers. When they come out to Australia, the technique stays the same, but the tempo is much slower.
Malcolm has played here already this year in Australia. It was at the World Bowls Indoor Championships at Warilla in May. Oh, and Val McKenzie's watching. Hello, Val. And of course, she's watching the one and only Aaron T. She's one of his biggest fans.
So Malcolm looking for the shot bowl onto the jack here. He's just missing high.
Yep.
So he's going to be 2 down first end. 1 each to Aaron Tees and Aaron Wilson. Teesy, as you'll see here, he'll put the mat down exactly where the jack was. And he'll now try and put the jack where the mat was, just to play that same length. Let's see where this jack goes. I can see where the mat was. And there you go. He's basically rolled the exact length to the last end. And that's where you get that rhythm, you get that tempo going. Same length.
They are very consistent, these two. We know what they can produce. And it's a good start for the Australians. Now, Baz had a question, where is Guernsey? Now, Guernsey's actually, it's part of the UK, and it's an island in the English Channel, but if you actually look at the map, it's actually quite close to France.
Yeah, you always when you look at it, you always think it's just part of France.
Yeah, and it's quite unbelievable, but no, there's a lot of good bowlers from Jersey and Guernsey, which is a neighbouring island that's also part of the United Kingdom, and it's great to see their bowlers come through and play so well. Alison Marion is a really good bowler from Guernsey, as is Lucy Beer.
Yeah, on the map it's quite unique where it sits, but it's great that they're a part of the World Bowls contingent. Just want to touch on it again, Aaron T's just putting the mat down exactly where the jack was, and the jack where the mat was. Now, the other thing to come of that is the characteristics of the green, so you know what they are. So he's experienced that with 3 deliveries on the first end, and he's putting his bowls into an area that he knows about. So to be able to double up and do that, and he got the reward first bowl, one right on the front, and now he's just slid past and put one on, one behind. So Aaron T's, that front end pressure building already, and that makes his opponent, as you see there, start chasing, and to come of that is a loose bowl.
Good to have everybody's company from wherever you're watching around the country or world. Andrew Nuttall watching on. No rain today, guys. Should be a clear day weather-wise. Now, he's been very wrong before when he said a passing shower. It was a storm that lasted about 3 hours, so hopefully you're right there, Andrew. But, yeah, great to have everybody's company. Val Febo and Barry Lester joining you.
Slightly out of season though, Val. It's because of the temperature, creates the storms. But as they said on the news this morning, a little bit ahead of their time. These storms, we get a lot of them in summer, but ideally they stay away for another few weeks.
I've been up here when I think we were up here in March last year. There was a really big one, and I had a view of the Gold Coast skyline, and the thunder coming from the water was unbelievable. I got it on video, and it's quite amazing to see how the weather can change. And Vicky McLaughlin also asking, do all of the players have a set of red and blue bowls? Yes, that is correct. They all bring 2 sets, one red, one blue, because they may be required to use both throughout the tournament.
And as we said earlier, Val, if financially they're not in a position or they're not actually sponsored, you'll find, as Aaron Wilson draws another, you'll find a lot of the manufacturers will support the players for the event and let them borrow some sets, or here we go.
Big weight.
Malcolm on the charge. Well, he's got a result in the area. Bowl and arrow. He's put his arm out to say sorry to Aaron Wilson.
I think it has gone out of bounds. Or, no, Teasy can't believe it. Teasy cannot believe it.
Okay. So,
have a look at that.
Yeah, so they're 2 down now. So they've gone from 2 up to 2 down, the Aussies.
But there's the intent already from Malcolm D'Souza, and I think that sends a message to Disco and Teasy just to say, no, I'm not going to go away. I'm going to make you work for everything today.
Yeah, this is a shot that's practiced a lot. It's quite a...
And when Disco has that little glint in his eye and hunching the neck forward.
Yeah, he wants this to turn, though. He's got to get under that line now. He's played it pretty well.
That'll do.
Now it's got to stay down, though. What's it going to do? Yes,
He's got it. That is sensational from Aaron Wilson. Time for Malcolm D'Souza now to try and replicate that.
He's definitely got that in his repertoire as Malcolm. He might run at this again, just try and rip it off for 2 seconds. He kills it. He's got the tee as well. So I expect big weight again here. Left-hander on the charge. He's looking at this.
Gone again. And he's just missed. So have one more in the arsenal, Malcolm. But Aaron Wilson will look to try and get a second in. Of course, both of these two teams undefeated, as we mentioned off the top.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson, he wants another one in there. That bowl of his is worth 2 shots to Guernsey and to Jersey. The thing about this is, though, he cannot afford to sit right next to his one he's got there. So it's a tricky little shot for Aaron. Ideally, he slides past the jack. He needs to get down now. Aaron just watching the head next door. So he needs to pull up. Second shot's really vital. So he just finds himself running through a touch.
It's wonderful to see the team of Malcolm and Derek together. There's a 30-year age gap between the two of them. It's great to see, Derek Boswell, 62 years of age competing, or 61 years of age, I should say, competing at the highest level.
Yeah, and that's something that was very common for a championship of this level back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And as the sports continue to grow, this level's gone down. Well, what a shot.
Got it.
Malcolm got that in the middle.
Damn it. I've been waiting to use that the whole time, and he's beaten me to it.
What a shot by Malcolm.
Well played, Baz.
Yeah.
Well played, Malcolm.
Yeah, he's 3 good shots, really. Like the first one's slightly off target. I love that from him, though. Arm out straight away. Sorry, Aaron Wilson. I didn't quite get what I was going for. And then, to be fair, he got what he was going for with his last.
Sensational.
And made up for it. So big shot. Straight.
Yeah, you're right. It's huge. 3 massive shots, and they were coming down with absolute speed. Baz, and a very good pun from you. Derek Boswell now puts the mat down. He's played the Atlantic Bowls Championships a fair few times, and he's a 5-time medalist, 3 silvers and 2 bronze.
Yeah, that's right. Very accomplished player, and I like that from Derek. Real short jack, just put it into a new territory. It might be something he's preferred in the preparation over the last 3 or 4 days, just while they come out here nice and early. Conditions here versus the northern hemispheres, we all know, extremely different. And then seasons. So we're at opposite seasons. Of course, this is actually winter.
Yep.
And and the UK are currently in there.
And this is still warmer than what you're getting in the UK, Baz.
That's right. And Australians, pretty much every Australian bowler plays both elements of the game, indoor and outdoor. And many of the UK players choose to play one or the other, not so both.
Yeah, and you notice that at the World Bowls Indoor Championships, there's a lot of bowlers that head there that I actually hadn't heard of before because they are so prevalent on the indoor circuit. From where they are, they play a lot on those indoor tours, and I think the Merians are some of those, as well as Michael Stepney from Scotland, Martin Puckett as well from England.
If you've got the facility at your club, it might be just something that you prefer. You might just say, you know, I just prefer to, when the weather's nice, go out and play a bit of outdoor bowls, or if I'm not into that, well, I'll choose to play indoor all year round.
Exactly, and you can play all year round, despite the snow, despite everything. What has Teasy got here? The length has been shortened drastically.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. So Teasy's nailed his weight there. Hasn't quite nailed the jack yet, but early on, Derek's just trying to change things around, not let Teasy settle in, because Teasy's first two ends are really good on that particular length, and as soon as they've won the mat back, Jersey, they've said, well, we've got to try something different. Just can't let the opposition settle in.
Time for Derek Boswell to get another one in. He's not far away here. This might be the best of the lot if it runs through. Malcolm wants it to. The line not bad, and I reckon it might have done so anyway. It does fall out, however. Of course, 2 hours and 15 minutes, the time limit for the sectional rounds. From the quarterfinals and beyond, we go untimed. 18 ends is what we're playing in pairs. It's the same in triples. 21 up in singles, and then fours and paras. 15 ends is what we'll be going to.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of bowls royalty in the house here, just sitting behind the rink on rink 1. We've got Sammy Clough, a former Australian selector, OAM, but we've got also Steve Ships Saroy, all the way from WA. He's come over. And it's great to see our former legends of the game. Steve was a silver medal winning in the fours with Ian Taylor, Robert Ball and Steve Anderson at the 1994 Commonwealth Games representing Australia. Also won gold at 1993 Asia Pacific Games. So Steve Saroy, some of the biggest hands you'll see. When he shakes your hand, he smothers your absolute hand and wrist. But, yeah, an absolute legend of the game.
The old Teddy Whitten's about it.
Yeah, out of Australia, playing for Australia and Western Australia. So good to see Ships here, Steve Saroy. And you'll see that, like we saw Val a couple of weeks ago at the indoor, Robbie Perella in the house.
Yes.
And it's great to see our legends
was great
watching
to see.
on.
Rob was there all day on the final day at the indoors, and Aaron Tees, speaking of being there, is right behind the jack. Aaron Wilson just couldn't get through that, but both of them starting to really insert themselves. Malcolm got a lot of turn on that last one. Still really upset you beat me to that Malcolm in the middle punt.
Yeah, sorry, just I had no preempting. I just ran with it as Aaron Wilson. Can he get the jack? Well, he's
almost, but that'll do for second. All these shot.
It will do. It's a bit of a target for Malcolm here, but there's a problem. Malcolm doesn't have the backest, and he's all out of bullets after this one.
Yep. So it makes his decision a little more complicated than if he did have one more. Let's see what he can do. Will he try and avoid the jack? If he goes big, which he doesn't, just on the backhand for a lefty. Has he got it?
Yeah, he needs contact.
He's
Bowl
not far away.
Solid.
He's just come underneath and pushed Discos back in. So an opportunity for Australia to score a 3. That was not a bad effort at all from Malcolm D'Souza. Very close.
And of course, Steve Saroy, Bowls Australia Hall of Famer.
He is.
One of the greats. I love seeing that. He's flown all the way over from Perth. Lives in Mandurah. And he's...
Look at the weight control from Aaron Wilson. I reckon he might be in here for a third.
He's coming to watch some stars in action. And Aaron Wilson, how many bigger stars in the game than him? What a shot.
Teasy with the virtual hat. Tip of the hat. And I reckon that might have been a 3 there.
It was. So, clutch shot there from Aaron Wilson. Just to come down, add another one to the count. Aaron Tees. Be on the backhand again. So, Aaron Tees has pretty much played every bowl on this eastern side of the green. And that's in his makeup. That's in his DNA. That's what he wants to do. Play one side of the rink. Hit the same arc. Just try and field the same length and pile them in there for his his skip, and he's done that well here. Great starter, Aaron Tees.
Really found his range. He's right on the jack. What a delight it would be having Aaron Tees lead for you if you're Aaron Wilson. You know, the quality of draw that Aaron Wilson possesses, but Aaron Tees is just such a wonderful, wonderful player. Derek Boswell had a pretty good end last time out. Susan Tees. Come on, Teesy.
Yeah, decent reply from Derek there. Just missing slightly high, but he's going to get back to centre rink. So that's
Line not bad.
Yeah, well, that's where 99.9% of the bowls is played on the centre of the rink. And he's achieved that. So even if he piles 3 down the centre there for Malcolm, that's good shooting. And as that breeze picks up, we're just feeling that Val hit us where we are in the commentary area. And that's what damage it does to a bowl. Teesy was good out of the hand. I really liked the release and how it was looking halfway. Just a little bit of breeze coming up under the clubhouse there. So that's as small breeze can have such a large effect. Derek sticking to the backhand himself. He's not here either. So we hear about it in golf a lot. Which club should they use? And a lot of it comes back to the breeze, trying to combat the breeze and, the kilometre or knots that the breeze is blowing at. And in bowls, it's no different. It's an outdoor sport majority in time in Australia, and you've got to fight the conditions and try and combat them the best of your ability. Teesy's corrected pretty well there, just sliding through. But
good home, though.
It plays a huge part in this sport, does wind.
Yeah, massive. I actually didn't realise before I started sort of spending a lot of time around the sport about how much effect wind does play, just thinking because the bowls are so heavy they can sort of move past that. But it does really have an effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, we played a series in New Zealand back in 2016 leading into World Champs, and as Derek gets a clear run here, he might disturb this. No, he's going to miss high. We played a day at Burnside Bowling Club, and Calvin Kirko was there at the time, Australian selector. We saw mats getting picked up off the green and thrown up onto the bank. We saw bins, umbrellas, chairs, tables getting thrown around. Jacks moving around quite regularly. Bowls going 10, 15 feet against the bias. And on 16 to 18 second Cotula weed grass at Burnside, we had no chance, and in the end it became too dangerous, so we had to stop for a while. The airport was closed.
Too dangerous, really?
Too dangerous, yeah. So we went inside. It was pretty much unplayable, and it's the first time I've ever seen that. And Calvin Kirko said the same. He said, this is by far the windiest I've ever seen it. So great shot, Aaron Wilson.
He is something else, isn't he?
Yeah, the ability to just get around that, but backing that sharpness of turn. So just to be able to say, well, there's potentially a bowl in my way, but I'm backing that turn to get back. But Malcolm's going to need this firepower he produced on that second end again here.
Gone big again. That jack spills onto the next rink over.
It's actually gone forward. So that jack's gone sideways 15 feet and forward about 4 feet. So Malcolm he's up and about here. He's not going to take it not going to take it by these Aussies. He's keen to play a few weighted shots and let them know that if you're going to put them in there close, I'm going to be firing after you.
Yep, so the Aussies have the tee. Disco, well, he doesn't need many more invitations like this. Just needs to draw in and he'll get there. If it stays up, which it will, so that'll do for shot for now. It's time to see what Malcolm can do in this 2-bowl shootout that the Skips have.
Yeah, he looks really good. Drive draw. It's one of the hardest shots in the book, especially in windy, quick conditions, and he's done it with perfection. That is a brilliant bowl. Front toucher after a drive. Yeah, good call, Aaron T. He's just saying get something as close as you can to minimise the room for Malcolm's next bowl. Shot's an absolute bonus here, but all you're trying to do is just minimise any space for Malcolm with his second last bowl. Aaron Wilson. Good attempt. So he's only left Malcolm about 2.5 to 3 feet of room there. To be able to reset after a full-blooded drive and then to draw a front toucher in these conditions, that's a classy shot from Malcolm. We're seeing a fair bit from him already. He knows this is the biggest. This is as good as it gets in terms of playing world bowls against a hot pair in Tees and Wilson on these greens at Club Helensvale. Can he repeat the dose?
It's looking pretty good. Just needs to run just to where Derek Boswell's leg is.
Oh, he's done well.
Yeah, that'll do. That's 2. Derek's happy with it. Does fall out, however. Won't matter. That'll be a couple for Guernsey. So 5-4 lead to the Australians after 4 ends. We've gone end for end to start this one. Very interesting, Malcolm de Souza. His weighted shots have been enough to get the job done twice.
Yeah, we might get a replay of that shot. I'm just really keen to speak about Malcolm's body language there. He's really showing to the Aussies that he's here to play, and I've spoken about it many times in the past. You might not get the shot or win the game or win the end, but you can have a few other wins, and that's with your body language, your rink presence, your encouragement, your voice. There's so many little boxes and little ingredients you can tick along the way.
Yep.
And Malcolm, they've just lost the jack there, but as that bowl was coming in, his last bowl, he was really just showing to the Aussies there, I've drawn 2. It's only 1 in it now. We're 4 in it, but I'm here to play, boys. And,
Certainly.
And that's how he wants to go about it, and that's how he wants to be. You know, he's proud to represent his country, and he's proud to be out there, and he's just let everyone know.
But he backs himself in, and I think that's the most important thing. So he's represented Jersey at 3 Commonwealth or 4 Commonwealth games, Malcolm de Souza.
And he's always been like that. He's being himself. He's not worried about anything else, any externals. He's just out there to do what he does best.
So 2010, 14, 18 and 2022 Commonwealth Games. Really impressive. And Derek Boswell, very similar.
Yeah, nice start from Derek.
Both of them have been in 4 Commonwealth Games. It's a long time to be playing.
Yeah, you think about athletes trying to compete at sometimes even state level into international level, and then if you can get anywhere near that world or Commonwealth Games level, and do it multiple times, it's hard going, knowing that sometimes there's large pools of players to choose from and you're all vying for that one spot.
Derek Boswell got to the quarterfinals in the men's pairs last year at the Com Games, played with Ross Davis. They lost to England 19-6. England ended up going on to win the silver medal, lost by a shot to Wales.
Yeah, Greg and Ross Davis, great combo there. He's just sliding under the jack here. Bit of a unique turn there. He's going to raise his eyebrows to that one, no doubt. That is screaming across the head. That has gone from almost drawing a toucher to missing by 5 feet narrow. So just checking out the flags. It is blowing a little bit down there, but that was a very unique turn. I didn't see that coming from Aaron Tees. He'll be trying to correct here. I don't think he needs to correct much. It was just a unique turn from somewhere. His first bowl, as you can see, 6 foot through, right on the centre line.
Let's see what correction he makes here. Aaron Tees.
Yeah, it should come back. I think it should do what his second one... Here it comes now. This is great touch bowling, Aaron Tees. What a correction. That is perfect.
It's naughty.
His eyebrows would have definitely raised after that second one. It didn't look too bad. It just goes to show, if you're an inch or two off, it can mean that you're 4 or 5 feet away. He's thrown it out on a sharper, higher line. That sharp turn, he's backed it in it comes. And then a tap on the leg from Malcolm. Respect for his opponent. A little shake of the head from Teesy. He's just reflecting on that second one. I couldn't see it turning like that either, but he's just got to keep combating the conditions. As we see Malcolm there on the forehand. Aaron Wilson forehand. Just try and follow Teasy down. Trail the jack back a yard potentially. Make a couple. Sit this Jersey bolt. He's finished in a great home. Going to fall in for 2. Maybe just sliding through. And Malcolm switching. He's not happy. Forehand didn't quite work, so he's switching to the backhand. He's lurking after this.
He is. Riding it with him is Derek Boswell. Almost kicked the bolt on his way back.
Yeah, we might see Wade again here. This is what Malcolm's been known for. He can play big weight when needed. We've seen it already. Aaron Wilson wants another one to hang around. Now, he does run the risk of taking his own bowl out there at 9 o'clock for 3 down, but does Malcolm play some form of weight here? Looking to take the shot bowl out clean or potentially trail the jack. As you see, the bottom left-hand side of that corner, they have 2 red bowls waiting. Forehand trail for 3, sit the bowl for 2. But there is always a danger when playing towards your own bowl. If you're slightly offline, you can take your own bowl out of the head. I'm pretty sure he'll be aware of that. So let's see. Yeah, backhand it is. Looking to arrive, sit the shot bowl, or trail the jack. He's not a mile away here. He's trying to win this game on his own, is Malcolm.
Yep. Derek
He's
likes
down.
it. Is he going to get there? Just going to come over the top. Not a bad effort at all.
What an effort.
And now Aaron Wilson. The communication, see, this is where it's really good. As loud, clear, concise. We spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson has turned his back on it. That's not quite what he wanted line-wise. But it is steering on. Okay, it's just a weight issue, so his line was good. Yeah, he's just looking to flop off that 9 o'clock bowl. It's a good one, though. So the ability to nail the jack in these conditions. So sometimes you just got to take your medicine and play to the percentages. Just try and find bowls that you can just put into the areas. And you go hunting for that jack, trying to literally nail it with the draw shots. That's when you can overdo it, either take weight off or put too much on. But if you just try and play good area bowls in windy conditions, that's the key. That's where the percentage is late.
Yeah. 6-4 the lead. Nobody has won multiple ends in a row. And Australia boasting a 6-4 buffer after 5. As we edge towards the halfway mark in this contest. 18 ends is what we're playing to. This is end number 6 as the sun just peeks behind the clouds. So we get a little bit of a reprieve. We'll see what the green does. The wind might pick up. Who knows? And pretty long end. And Aaron Wilson, Aaron Tees, has found a toucher straight away.
Yeah, good home. Touches are always handy.
Especially when it's a long end like this.
Yeah, ditch the ditch, back into the clubhouse. Heading south. Bit of Zach Bryan, Heading South, one of my favourite songs.
Derek Boswell shoots through.
Yeah, then that's encouraging. You know, you're punching up into a little bit of a breeze, back into the clubhouse. As we see Aaron Tees just resetting, a little bit of movement behind the rink. So Aaron Tees, he has his eyes up at the point of release. You can watch here when he releases, his eyes are up down the other end of the green. So any movement behind the rink,
Quite distracting, yep.
And that's great class, great maturity there from Aaron. Just to reset. He hopefully gets rewarded. It's not a bad shot. So for those that have high eyes or keep their head up when they deliver, usually they pick up any movement on the bank, and Aaron Wilson, he sort of looks just halfway to 3/4 up the green, just finds a spot he's comfortable with. But Aaron Tees, if you see any photos or you can zoom in, watching any games in the past, you see his eyes are quite high at the point of release. So great to reset. And you see Alex Marshall, what he does is he actually turns around, he drops that bowl that's in his hand and picks up another bowl. That's his form, his method of resetting.
Don't blame him, because obviously we know how much that has worked for him over the years.
Yeah, it's just a mindset thing. He feels though his reset is completed when he's changed bowls.
Aaron Tees, that is
shot.
the best of the lot. Phil Arakelian saying, how good is the Jersey skip going? Certainly right, because Malcolm D'Souza is playing a wonderful match so far, and his weighted shots, especially down this end, Jersey haven't lost an end in this direction as of yet, and Australia in the opposite end haven't lost. So let's see if the Australians can hold on here. They've been holding at the changeover of the leads, but then Malcolm D'Souza has driven them out superbly. So let's see where this goes. We apologise for Malcolm standing right on the line, but we'll get there eventually. There we go.
So that head lies all right now for Jersey. Derek's been able to achieve, yes, a back bowl, but it's on the side of the rink in which where the jack is heading if contact is made. And Aaron Wilson, he wanted chalk on that thing because the way Malcolm's been striking, bowl onto jack, then into the ditch. It's always good to have that touch up.
Yep. Well, there is one for Teasy, his first bowl.
So Aaron Wilson took his time on that one. Great to see. As much as Aaron's a fairly fast player, he does take his time. He definitely takes enough time when needed just to calculate the situation. Slide away for 2 shots. That's a perfect home, really. No target, hidden, and a counter.
Yeah, there's no target at all, is there? So let's see what Malcolm D'Souza can do. His first bowl of this 6th end.
I think he has to stick with what's working for me. I think Malcolm needs to get into this. He can more chance of hitting this, I think, with 3 deliveries or making contact than he has withdrawing it. So let's see how he goes. Playing the hard weight, trying to play a timer into this shot bowl. Very extremely hard shot to play. He's missed high.
It's going to go into the ditch.
That's probably the weight that you'd last want to be playing in these conditions. Any touch of wind can have a huge effect on the bowl on its course to the target. Whereas if you go quick, it removes a lot of that effect from the breeze. The way he's been hitting, I think he'll get rid of that weight pretty quickly and either go back to the draw or really try and hit this head open. He's got the 2 backers bowls.
Aaron Wilson, where's he ending up here? Another good home for the Australians. So Derek Boswell giving some instructions.
Yeah, this is the elements of winning now. So because the green's drawing wide, it's a sharp, high draw, and the breeze is blowing. Starts to muck around with your selections. He needs to make contact here, does Malcolm. Well,
made contact with all the back bowls. And
it's a good call from Derek. So, Val, he was just saying, if you happen to drop your weight off and play that particular hand, you might get second best, and that's take that second shot bowl out. He has edged it, but I don't think he's reduced the count. But all of a sudden, they do have a couple at the back.
Well, Aaron Tees says probably only one now. So maybe that front bowl of Jersey is enough to limit the count. Just stopping on the mat. A bit of a distraction behind him, and he apologises. Now get on his bike again soon.
Yeah, it's great to see. And they're only human beings, these players, as good as they are. Any movement in your eye that's not a consistent movement, the players just look to reset. You've got trucks going past. I think he might have done enough there. It's pretty close. Great effort.
It's easy said, great effort, but I don't think he's too short.
Well, outside of Aaron Wilson's shot, Aaron Teaser's, Jesus, so many Aarons.
There's too many Aarons.
Outside of Aaron Teaser's shot bowl that's on the jack there, every other bowl that's been played on the eastern side, the right hand of the screen, it's crossed the line. So you can see in the top right-hand corner all the flags and above the Jersey players, they're all blowing across to the left. So that breeze you can clearly see is having effect. Outside that bowl at the bottom of the screen, everything's on the left side of the screen, so that's why I said the elements are winning. You can do all you want all day long, try and pick the line, but if the elements are too strong, you just got to keep adjusting and try to hang around. And I think we're going to see some big weight here. Some strong weight on the backhand from Malcolm, looking to crack an egg on the shot bowl, kick the jack back. He's playing very lightweight. You can see the wind just shifting that bowl there. So the elements...
We do apologise as well. Just can't get a clear vision of the head, but that'll just be one to the Australians.
Good shot. Just goes to show how important that bowl from Aaron Tees was, because it was the only bowl that managed to get centre rink and right on the jack. And the percentages are that one bowl out of 12 bowls is right on the jack. That's just what the conditions are producing, and you've just got to stay strong, stay tough, be positive, potentially find a length or a new home for the jack that may increase those percentages. But right now, just play good area bowls, and if you can replicate something like Aaron Tees just did then, well, in these conditions, that's just a huge reward for your effort.
Exactly right, and for the first time we have a multiple end in a row. Australia, 2 singles in end 6 and 5. And, yeah, unfortunately, John, for a world championship, we can't really go and tell them in the middle of a match to worry about the cameras.
It's not like they're playing on camera every game. It's only a bit of a one-off for most teams here. So
yeah, the Australians, obviously, they know. They're used to it.
Yeah, and it's only new. We only have to look back to 4 or 5 years ago when we started really putting in live streaming. It's been an absolute huge advantage to the sport, and players are still adjusting. So we give them a bit of wriggle room. And see there, nice shot from Derek over that distance. Once again, Matt on the tee from Aaron Tees. Jack nice and deep, so forehand it is, out on a high line. So that's out currently outside the peg, that bowl, as we see it moving in under the line, and how sharp this bowl will get back. So at World Championship level, the rinks are about 5 metres wide, and that means you're talking 8 or 9 feet either side of draw. It's a big draw. Players trying to pick that right line and the distance.
What has Derek Boswell got? Aaron Tees winning the lead battle at the moment, and it was his bowl in the last end that held sway right at the conclusion of it. Still probably... Who are you giving one to at the moment, Baz?
Yeah, it's a hard one. I'm maybe thinking Derek's second bowl, but
yeah,
just at sort of over there at 8 o'clock, but it's a hard one to pick. Aaron Tees looking for that sharp finish again. Here it comes.
Working its way back.
Here we go.
Has it done enough? Just no. Yeah, I'm probably agreeing with you there.
So as we see here, both players, what they're looking to do is leads, and that's the name of the game. You're just trying to play 2 or 3 bowls the same, and they're borderline gusting now, the flags. The conditions are just starting to get a little bit harder, and it's harder for the players to string 2 or 3 together the same. Derek get down here. He's going to slide past, but it's a good shot. Might be enough. Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, that'll do. It falls in. So that's 2 at the moment for Jersey. Scored on 2 ends so far in this match, both doubles. Good to have your company, Terry O'Neill, watching from Nova Scotia, and he feels like he's ringside. What can Malcolm D'Souza conjure up?
Yeah, Aaron Wilson finds himself potentially 2 down, but at his standard, he'll be confident in drawing this.
Running weight here.
Nice line, just out to that chalk line as we see there. That's the peg marker, the chalk line. So that's where you need to be. It's a good reference point.
Looked a lot heavier than I thought, actually. No such thing as running weight.
No, well, he is slightly heavy, but that's a great opener for Aaron Wilson. Get a lot of positives out of that. When you're only 2 feet away with an opener, and you're past the jack, learn a lot from being up. Once you've experienced what it takes to reach and be there, I always find it's easier to bring yourself back. As we see Malcolm, he's gone through the hole.
Similar spot, though. He'll learn a lot. What is it? ABU, always be up?
Yeah, I like that. On or beyond is my favourite.
Yep.
Okay, Aaron Wilson needs a clear road now. Is he around that bowl?
I think it's going to dart back late.
He's got a little walk off it, though. Nearly snuck in.
Almost did.
Yeah, so it's pretty common this time of year on the Gold Coast. Bit of breeze. We were very spoilt through the Australian Open, weren't we, Val? No rain, hardly any breeze.
I didn't see a cloud and then got back to Melbourne and had to chuck about 4 layers on.
Yeah, some of the best conditions I've ever experienced in the Australian Open in terms of its inception in 2015 on the Gold Coast. Since its move, I can't think of any better conditions. There was a bit of rain in the first year, 2015. Most other years get a little bit of a drop, but this year, Gold Coast, in a mini drought really. Not much rain around for the last 4 or 5 months. Aaron Wilson, forehand. Promote his own bowl or slide underneath.
What's he got?
He's not bad here. It's getting away on him, though. This hand is getting sharper and sharper as the game goes on. Look at that runaway now.
Wow. Teasy just sort of shrugging his shoulders and going, wow, there's not much we can do about that.
And as we see last end, we had 1 bowl on the jack. This end, we don't actually have a bowl on the jack, but we've got bowls around it, and they're just the conditions the players have to play to and just hang tough with. As we saw this morning, when the conditions were much kinder, we saw Alan Ryan taking on Kamari from Sri Lanka, and they were all over the jack.
They were. Now, what has Malcolm D'Souza conjured up here? Nothing.
Well, he's got an edge. That might be enough. He's edged in off the widest bowl.
Has edged on a right angle there.
Yeah, it is 2 shots.
Wow.
And he apologised straight away, coming in on a high line, a little bit quick, got a nice walk, flopped in for a counter, and straight away puts his hand out to Aaron Wilson, Aaron Tees, in a sign of respect to say, I'm sorry, that's not what I was going for.
Certainly wasn't.
And it's such a nice thing to see. I absolutely love it. This sport of bowls, like many other sports, there is some elements of luck, and if you get some results when you're off course, it doesn't hurt just to say to your opposition, sorry, buddy. Bowls gods were looking over me on this one.
It's a bit of a wide jack roll. Hasn't stayed in just, I believe. No. And Teasy will be changing the length straight away.
Yeah, it's be interesting to see if how many bowls clubs. I'd love to know how many bowls clubs right around Australia right now. Of course, the ones that are open, as opposed to overseas, with it being, what is it, just past midnight?
Yeah, depending on where you are.
Yeah, where you are. How many have turned their TV on and have selected they've gone to Facebook or YouTube and have got the live stream action on their big screen TV and their televisions in their bowls clubs.
Tell us where you're watching from, everybody. We'll have to hear all the places around the world.
You're watching some of the world's best players in action, and it's probably nearly the best tip you can get. If you want to be a better bowler, watch the best and learn as much as you can. Aaron Tees has played well in this direction, backhand. It's on a good track. Just falling a yard short.
Yep. Catherine watching from Werribee in Victoria.
At the Beehive, the Werribee Bowls Club, or in Werribee. Shout out to the Bees, Werribee Bowls Club. Do a lot of community work, juniors, you name it. Bowls Club down there in Werribee, very active club.
Oh, they're pouring in now. Dave Pastro from Jindabyne, Nick Hine territory. John watching from Derry in Ireland. Susan Tees, Hervey Bay. Jimmy Gertson, Nimbin. Phil Jones from Norfolk Island, Newport Beach, California. Dean Warrington.
Aaron Tees looking for a yard of weight. Similar line, just slightly under, but he's corrected pretty well here, Aaron Tees. Just 2 foot short on that one.
Barry Brown watching from Marimbula. Reese Finn Young territory. Peter Williams in Mexico. Great to have your company. Dominic from Darwin. Rowan from Catherine. Joyce from Nova Scotia. Kathy says, hi, Baz. Kathy Elms.
G'day, Kath.
Dave
Oh, well,
Garvey.
Derek's just said, I'm going to trail the jack to my back too. I don't know if exactly if that was he was going for. I think he was just trying to get another one in there, but he's all of a sudden created a bit of front-end pressure for the Aussies. Aaron Tees, though, we spoke earlier about the multiple positions this man can play and do it well. He will have an answer, I believe. Aaron Tees just going under.
But that gives Disco something to work with as they cross over. Roger watching from Seattle in America. Great to have your company. Bernie in Castlemaine, Dustin Martin territory. Got David from Wagga, Rhonda in Corowa, Strathalbyn. Pauline in Lipperoo.
Lipperoo,
Where's Lipperoo? It's in Victoria.
There you go. I feel bad living there all
Yeah.
my life and not knowing Lipperoo.
Norman in Durban, Moonta Bay as well. We've got people from everywhere.
Moonta Bay. Alrighty. So
This is where
Malcolm, I think he achieved did he achieve a toucher there?
I don't think he did. Also got a Kentucky here, Kim Callaway. Welcome to you.
Aaron Wilson, jack in the ditch or open this head up.
Got it.
Well, he's killed it. That'll do.
And now it's just whether that toucher is the closest bowl.
Yeah, the match winner or the end winner hasn't been played yet.
Nope.
We're going to see Malcolm here. He did it earlier. Forehand on the draw. Drew a front toucher. He's going to have to navigate this wing bowl. He wouldn't want to crash on it. The only thing stopping him, and he's crashed.
Yep.
Well, he'll be disappointed there. Yeah, a bit of a grimace on his face there. So,
Launceston, Flemington, Vietnam. We've got John Fitzpatrick.
Launceston, I'll be down there in November.
Auckland.
Doing a clinic at Trevellyn Bowls Club.
Yep.
Love Launceston. Love Tassie.
Haven't been there since I was little. I need to get back. Johnny Siteman's watching as well. The Sitemans are tuning in from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Aaron Wilson, backhand. He's got to get the shot with this one, I believe. Put a bit of pressure on Malcolm. He's played this well, Aaron Wilson.
It's going.
He wants to hide now. He wants to hide.
Well, he's hidden. It's
Yeah,
going to have to be a cold draw from Malcolm D'Souza here.
Outside of a front resting toucher, for me, that's perfect. So you see here in the replay, Aaron Wilson, 2 down, big weight, looking for bowls or jack, and bang, kills it.
Yeah, sensational.
That's his pet shot. That is for Aaron Wilson. Absolutely deadly.
Murphy Mudpaw Summerfield watching from Blue Knob, New South Wales. Where is Blue Knob?
So Malcolm on the forehand. I think his weight was pretty good with his second one. Just needs to correct that line. So clear this front bowl here. Derek's saying it's very close. Well, that's how you play in multiple Commonwealth Games, ladies and gentlemen. You play the big shots where it matters. And Aaron Wilson, he's got a bit of a drama here, just in the way that, yes, that bowl's worth 1 or 2, but does run the risk of hitting that bowl of Malcolm's through his own. So I think quicker the better here. Rip that off like a Band-Aid, that bowl, straight out of the head. He's going to play a timer. So I think he's got to play big enough that if he does get shot the bowl, it doesn't lock on his nearest.
It's Disco got. He's not far away.
And that's exactly what I said.
That,
yeah,
wow.
Like I said, I'm not. I'm not. I don't have a crystal ball, but the only issue with that weight was if he hit the red bowl, it had the ability to lock onto Aaron's shot bowl, and that's exactly what happened. But I still think it was good weight, good call from Aaron and Teasy and Disco to confirm that shot and try and play it. Just an unlucky result to be able to lock on that wing bowl of Aaron Wilson's.
Now, Jersey get multiple ends in a row for the first time. That was unlucky from Aaron Wilson. It was close. Look at all these comments, Baz. They have absolutely flown in.
Good to see Ben Hubbard tuning in from Clegg Road. Nice part of the world. Very easy place to get to there, Clegg Road.
Esther Hunt watching from Walker, New South Wales. We are measuring here.
Yeah, for second
just to
shot.
see, because obviously Disco's was in the ditch.
Yeah, just
Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. Well, that Jersey bowl has been picked, and that is going to be 2. So for the first time, Jersey take the lead here.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson very stiff there, but it was a good strike both on both occasions, first and third bowls. He did all the damage really. He got the shot with his first, then he got the shot with his second, and just unfortunate for that shot bowl to lock with his last. But yeah, all players contributing here. With Malcolm drawing the shot with his last bowl. As we find out from players, from our spectators, where they are watching from all around Australia and overseas. We recognise quite a few of those places, some lovely bowls clubs. And that's one of the beauties of this game. Bowls clubs everywhere, so many of them around Australia, in gorgeous parts of the world.
So Jersey, as we near the halfway point, they lead for the first time. And that might have even been a 3 then, Baz.
I did see 2 from Aaron Wilson, 2 fingers. So,
but maybe the last one might have been extra as well. I'm not too sure, but Malcolm D'Souza has given them 9. And I'm not sure if it's an error or not, but we'll go with that for now. Les Such asking if you're playing bowls in Melbourne coming up, Baz.
Who's that?
Les Such.
Oh, yep. G'day, Suchy. Yeah, definitely, mate. Looking forward to getting back to Richmond Union, the Tigers, for the pennant season this summer. And then Moama Pairs. The Moama Pairs will be up there in late October. Looking forward to that.
And Stevenson, good evening to you, watching from Newcastle upon Tyne. Having a pretty good Premier League run at the moment, Newcastle. Or are you a Sunderland fan?
I was just going to say, the Magpies, they just fell short to a 10-man Liverpool team the other night. I didn't see Liverpool getting up there, but Oh, wow. What a win that was.
Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
What a man.
My brother's a Liverpool supporter. He's quick to remind me as Derek slides under the front for another one. And he's really finding this backhand away from the clubhouse. Is Derek. He's both leads playing opposite sides of the rink.
Yeah, Kim, we're also wondering where this 9 has come from. Because they were...
The wind might have just blown the...
Maybe, I'm not sure. But I think before that, I think Malcolm had it at 7-all. So I'm not sure where that's come from. Maybe the previous end they scored a 3. We'll get to the bottom of it. But they are ahead nonetheless.
So Derek Boswell, backhand. 2 really good bowls so far. Just needs to navigate around or under that front blue one. He's done it again, so he's just starting to pick away at this backhand, on this side of the rink, this direction. Just trying to put him in good areas and create that front end pressure. Aaron Tees bowling his first bowl on the backhand in this direction, looking just to arrive, work into the split, turn his own bowl up. 3 or 4 options on this backhand, and he's going to miss high. He's going to miss high and flop in off the back one. He might have achieved shot out of that, and that's okay. That's the sport of bowls. That's what it can do. Probably Jersey 2 or 3 up in that department, and Australia's got one back there with a bit of a fortunate result. We all hope that they all come around. You get some, you win some, you lose some.
Yep, well, Malcolm D'Souza got one of those before.
Yeah, and Teasy was just
extra.
a bowl high, looking to sort of arrive and got a maximum result there, just flopping in off the wing bowl.
So it was a 3, that 7th end.
Yes, away from the club. Yep.
So it was a 3, and we've gotten to the bottom of it, all confirmed. So what has Malcolm done here?
He's done it well. Just a little controlled, aggressive shot, just trying to work up into the head. Played the good areas. He's achieved what looks to be 2 bowls at the tee. So that starts to play on both players' team's mind. The fact that what's the tee look like? Once again, playing to the conditions of play. All players in their training and prep understanding that going to monitor that tee, that 6-foot area all the time.
Yeah, they're struggling to find their weight and line at the moment, the Australians. Let's see what Malcolm D'Souza can do. And I'll tell you what, Derek Boswell has really lifted and has probably become the form player here at the moment as he watches this one.
He sure has, Val. Yeah, spot on, mate. Good call with Derek. He's just lifted a bit, and it's just that power of bowls in the head creating opportunities for his skip. Aaron Wilson won't be far away, though. Looks to be spinning in quite nicely. Needs a clear road at it.
Either needs to come underneath or get around, and he crashes in. So, 1 left to come from Malcolm. Now, Baz, what's Disco's next option going to be?
Yeah, well, Disco,
depending on what happens here, obviously.
Yeah, from what I can see, it looks like 1 to Australia. The bowl just on the line behind the jack there looks to be 1. And Jersey has 3, maybe 4 seconds. So it's going to be definitely weight. And then for me, it's forehand. So forehand with weight down through the tunnel, coming in there from sort of 1 o'clock and looking to sit the shot bowl and make 3 or 4. Probably just playing through to the ditch. Needs to time it so the bowl does the work. He's close here, Malcolm.
Not far.
Wow, what an effort. Probably just slightly quick, if anything.
Yeah, Baz, you called this option before. Gave me a little indication with that line. Now, what does Disco do here? He's just got to... They simply just need to score.
Yeah, Aaron just played one there on the back end. Doesn't need to change too much. Minimal correction required. A couple of more rotations on the bowl. And you're only talking maybe a couple of inches narrower.
Disco.
It's getting down.
It is.
Make the distance, though.
Needs to get underneath. Yep.
He's done it.
Oh, boy.
Straight away, little team meeting, as you see there, both players, Australian players, just having a chat there. They want to grab some momentum now. Just scored a 2, just assessing everything. So what Teesy's doing there right now with Aaron is, as we see the replay, Aaron Wilson, great shot. Just needed to get up past that front one.
That was the weight and line control on that.
Yeah. As we see, just Aaron Wilson and Aaron Tees, what they're talking about is their observations. So what the hands are doing, what the draw's doing, and where do they feel they can really catch on here and really light this up. Where do they think is the best place for the jack so they can play their highest percentage of effective bowls?
So we're sitting at 9 apiece, Barry, halfway through. So 9 all after 9. And not much is separating them at the moment. Aaron Wilson providing some brilliance, and Malcolm D'Souza has done so at the back end as well. But both leads have held sway at certain times. It was Teasy earlier on, but Derek Boswell has worked his way into this match beautifully. Teasy getting into a good home there.
Yeah, if I could read Teasy's lips in that discussion with Aaron Wilson, it would be probably, he would have said, I seem to be playing better in this position here or in this hand there, and a quick chat to confirm that from Aaron Wilson, and Teasy's put the jack back where he was nailing it earlier. He's still been playing well, but just where he was nailing it. And that's exactly what he's done. He's put that jack into that zone. And Derek has been up for the challenge, one inside a foot there. So, and as you said, Val, he's put it into a good home. So having that bowl there already for Aaron Tees gives him a lot of confidence to be able to play a positive draw here. Touch the jack back, get down, sit the bowl. And those flags are just gusting now.
We have a little ringside flag right in front of us here, and I'm just watching that sway in the wind.
Well, that's probably your last indicator because it's a little bit more hidden, that flag, and if it starts getting up and about, well...
Yeah, which it is.
You know the whole venue's been taken over by this strong easterly. There's Derek Boswell, he's getting affected with it, with that one. So that's a good 4 or 5 foot short, and as we see, every bowl crossing the line because the elements are just winning that battle for line. Aaron Tees.
Can he get it out wider? Can he make that correction? Derek Boswell winning this end at the moment. Has it turned enough for Teasy? He's ended up exactly where his other two. Also got some dark clouds coming in from the west, possibly, Baz.
Yeah, same as yesterday. Similar time as well. So hopefully it goes around. And
hopefully the bomb's working today, the Bureau of Meteorology. And we can have a look and see what's happening.
Alan Ryan over there, is currently 17-7 up. Seems to be following on well from this morning's performance. A lot of games going on at the venue today. Traditionally a 3-green club and would have normally had 3 greens for this championship, but renovations almost completed. Green 2, brand new Max canopy. What a brilliant structure that is. What a setup. So they've got the ability to play indoor and outdoor year-round now as Club Helensvale, as Aaron Wilson finds himself 2 down, looking to draw the shot. Can he get back for the shot bowl? Well, Aaron Wilson.
Oh, wow. Teasy was very happy with it. And he has lifted up a gear, has Aaron Wilson. Good start to the end from him. And now it's time for Malcolm D'Souza.
So every shot you play has to have some form of contingency or plan B. And
look at the way this turned in, Baz.
Yeah, dead weight. That's the key. Getting back nicely. Malcolm is forced with that position now. He knows, well, he's going to achieve what he wants to potentially do later already, get to the tee. So if he gets the tee here, he's got 2 goes.
As we've got Derek just standing right in the way of the camera now. just gone in the ditch. So hopefully... There we go. Big drive from Malcolm D'Souza. And that jack has spilled to pretty much where we are.
Yeah, that's an amazing bowl from Malcolm. Got the tee with his first. 2-bowl play. Drove, killed it with his second. And we apologise with Derek there. I'll just sneak over and have a little chat with him. I'm sure he'll be receptive. But the issue we've got is both these players they're playing for world titles.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
They're zoned into what they need to do. The conditions are hard. They don't want any other distractions. So I might even just make a little hand gesture here with Derek. I'm sure he'll be fine about it, but there's not much we can do about it. We'll see what Aaron Wilson can do here, though. Can he draw a shot? He can.
And he's pretty close as well. So he's asked the question of Malcolm D'Souza.
Yeah, I think Malcolm's got a toucher in the ditch. We've got how many bowls, red bowls have we got on the green? So we've got 2 bowls on the green that we can see. We've got 2 on the bank. Yes, 2 seconds it is. So we'll see some big weight here from Malcolm again. Looking for that bowl of Aaron Wilson's just short of jack eye in the wing. Has to be forehand because if you pull it tight, you might get the second prize, which is the jack.
Just misses.
Missed height.
So Australia get multiple ends in a row here and they retake the lead 10-9. Aaron Wilson doing very nicely to draw that one and combat the firepower that's being launched from Malcolm D'Souza.
He's deadly, all right. That's why he's played so many games for his country, stayed at the highest level for so many years. He's got all the shots in the book, and he's showing what he's capable of out there in these conditions. As Aaron Tees, on the 11th end, plays his first opening bowl on the backhand. So a fresh start for Aaron Tees. Just trying to maybe change things up, get in Derek's eye perhaps. And just sliding through. So a little change up there. Just trying to try something new. Could be what he needed and his team needs. Derek Boswell, backhand. So probably 30-metre length this one. Matt's a fair way up at the jacks on the tee. He's not happy with that. So short and narrow. Didn't seem to release it too well, that one. He's having a bit of a chuckle, Derek.
It's been played in a good spirit, this one.
Yeah, both.
When Teesy's on the green, it generally is. So as we hit near 1 o'clock Gold Coast time, PM, the wind is slowly dying off a little bit. As Teesy, is that going to stay up? Yes, it is.
So he's got the line, so Teesy can grab something out of that bowl at least. That line is a really good line for these conditions. And as you can see, he's just having a look around, just trying to read the conditions. Aaron Wilson lending a bit of support, little tap on the shoulder. You got this, mate. And Derek Boswell, he needs to find both ingredients, some weight and some line. He's done well, and he's achieved the tee as well.
He's bowling very nicely at the moment, is Derek Boswell.
So Aaron Tees, 2 attempts so far on the backhand. He started on a fresh hand here on the 11th end just to try and find something new. It's coming back hard now. Here it comes.
Is it going to be enough?
Well, not quite.
Not far away, though, from Aaron Tees. So what has Aaron Wilson got to try and rectify things? They're going to be down as he picks up his first.
Derek Boswell, backhand, high line. Needs good weight to count if he wants to get back. It's going to be enough to at least get third shot. Not quite second. So Aaron Wilson, he's going to have to play a couple of big ones here. I think it's just backhand. Similar to 2 ends ago when he drew backhand. I know it's a longer length, but he just needs to come up underneath that front one of Aaron Tees. He's trying hard here. Mighty attempt. Is it going to run out? Aaron Wilson. Yes, he has.
Oh, he's done it again. This is 3 ends in a row now where he's just pulling things out and really asking Malcolm D'Souza to go with him.
Unbelievable touch from Aaron Wilson. Asking it to hurry. Wanted to get it right to the jack. And all of a sudden the pressure and...
Won this event in 2016, 7 years ago with Brett Wilkie. Didn't get his shirt off then. Who's to say he might do it again when he wins another world championship?
Not at the venue, he didn't anyway.
No.
Aaron Wilson.
Has he been banned from some establishments in Christchurch for...
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The Aussie girls, I know that, grabbed a pair of his jocks and put them in the freezer. And shorty sheets, I know that. The girls played havoc with Brett and Aaron after their big win.
Very good.
Yeah, but I'll just leave that all there. So Aaron Wilson, can he draw another? He's trying hard. I tell you what,
He might have done it. I reckon he has.
and that was the beauty of them winning the pairs. The next day is a rest day, so Aaron Wilson and Brett Wilkie, well earned rest. The way the format was.
Disco will go to play men's singles, Teasy to men's fours when the disciplines reverse next week.
Malcolm's just going to move under here, so he's going to still be 2 down. With having the tee, I would have thought Malcolm was going to be a little bit more aggressive there. And if he gets the shot bowl on the centre line, he can come off and remove the second shot bowl. If he gets bowl through jack and it kills, he wins the tee and potentially the back left corner. The way he's been hitting, I thought he might have had a run at that. Yeah, Mark Casey, OAM, tuning in.
Good to have your company, Mark. Now, what has Disco got?
He doesn't want to open this head up, make the jack vulnerable. Well,
I don't... Has he?
Has.
Has he allowed the trail now?
yeah, he may have opened it up on the other side of the rink, but still very extremely hard shot. Yeah, Mark Casey, one of the more elder statesmen in the Australian team at the time, had the duty of looking after young Aaron Disco in his first major event for Australia. And I think he did a pretty good job looking after him, did Mark Casey. Well looked after there at the Christchurch World Championships. Beautiful greens, great venues. Casey playing his last game for Australia in the last World Championships. 293 appearances, I believe.
Wow. He's done a lot in this sport, has Mark Casey. Now, speaking of doing a lot, what can Malcolm D'Souza do here?
Yeah, missing high. Mark Casey, of course, having the rare double. World Championship gold medal and Commonwealth Games gold medal.
Has not been done much.
Thanks for tuning in, Case. Hope that all things are well down there at Deer Park, mate. Sorry to see you about the Bulldogs.
So, just confirm the score for you as Derek Boswell updates it. That was a 2 to Australia. So they take a 12-9 lead here and equal the biggest margin of the match, which is 3 shots. The only time that we've been at that margin is after the third end when the Aussies led 5-2.
Yeah, much longer length this.
Australia have won the last 3 ends of this. They were down 9-7 after 8.
Yeah, nice start there from Teasy. I like that, especially into this longer length. As we see Alan Ryan's finished up 21-7. Nice win there. Many other games going on. Green 1 and Green 3. Green 2 out of play at the moment. brand new roof over the top with a carpet surface. As Derek Boswell just goes about his business. See some flags blowing around the background there. It's quite gusty now.
It is.
Switching around too, coming in from the west where those dark clouds are coming from.
So what's Aaron T's got? I checked the radar. It is working, and it doesn't look like there's two. Martese, he has come in beautifully. Wasn't a bad delivery from Derek Boswell.
So Aaron T's just checking out his watch there, suggesting that he was due. But he's been hustling pretty hard, has Teasy. I know Aaron Wilson's come up with a couple of big ones, but across the next 2 weeks, there's going to be ends where you just don't find it. There's going to be some games where you don't find it, but you got to hang tough. Persistence is the key at a championship at this level, not only with your ability on green, but how you prepare and recover pre and post games. And the high performance staff looking after their players, making sure that they're in good nick day to day over the 2 weeks, so they can achieve the highest of highs for their country.
It's David Axton asking how many qualify from each section. It is the top two. They go through to the quarterfinals, and then it becomes knockout from there on in. Here at the World Bowls Championships, there are plenty, or is plenty, to play for. Shane Collins, no power at home in Kapunda. Well, glad that how good are smartphones. You can watch, things are easily accessible. Derek Boswell.
What an effort.
He got close, but as we've seen, the way things are running on, just going past. So really good effort from Derek there. Of course, both of these two nations undefeated. The bye in this round, that is being served by the Welsh pair, Dan Salmon and Jared Breen, who Australia will play next, and that's the coverage that we're bringing you after this on at Rink 6 here at Club Helensvale.
Aaron Wilson forehand. He's looking to cover those bowls, bottom left-hand side of the head there. And slide in behind them. They are the danger bowls at this stage. Just missing a bowl high. Still a good home, though. As we see Malcolm D'Souza on the forehand here. He's looking to trail this jack to make 2 or 3 or sit the shot bowl. Derek Boswell crouching down, trying to ride this home.
Almost.
Aaron Wilson, small correction required here. No gaps. Wants to lock on something. Well, that's perfection.
Oh, wow.
Right in the heart of those 3 bowls. May have even counted.
Strut after that as well. He was pretty happy with it. This is where Australia will look to make their move. Derek's words were very close as to whether he's got second.
So Malcolm D'Souza on the forehand here, looking to arrive, move the jack out of there or sit this shot bowl. He needs to hurry. If he wants jack movement, he's just getting away. And that's that strong, gusting easterly. You can see the sharp finish on that draw line there. But the head still shapes up for a weighted shot if he needs. Because of the weight of numbers he has, all 5 deliveries inside a yard, which creates so many extra opportunities when you're playing weight, as opposed to playing weight when you only have a limited amount of bowls in the head. And we hear that saying so many times, bowls in the heads win matches, and that's so true.
Now, what is Disco going to do here, Barry?
He's got the tee, has Aaron Wilson, and I believe 2 shots. Still think it's just trying to flirt with those wing bowls, just slide in on the inside of the wing bowls, cover any danger. As you can see, Aaron Wilson indicating he needs to get down He might just draw a front toucher here if he makes it.
He's getting there. He's close. He just needs it to run, and it won't. So very close there by Aaron Wilson. And now it's up to Malcolm D'Souza to end this run of 3 straight ends by the Australians.
It's big weight for me every day of the week.
He's got
so many options. So it's blue through blue. It's jack through the head and the back bowl be dislodged. If he smashes this head, a very high opportunity that the back bowl of Aaron Wilson's there, the closest to the tee, will leave the green as well. All the percentages lean towards big weight, open this head right up, only because of the elements. If you're indoor or it was early morning in calm conditions, you'd probably try and play a neat trail here, but I think it's big weight looking to open this head up. Or does he stick to the hard shot? It looks like it's going to be the hard shot.
Oh, he's going with the hard shot.
Tricky shot. Gusting winds.
If he nails it, it's going to be impressive. We're getting a perfect look through.
Needs
Derek.
to hurry.
He needs to go.
Can he play it?
Derek likes it. Derek wants it. And he's got it, Malcolm D'Souza.
What a touch shot. So difficult in these conditions.
That is magnificent.
Wow. Big save.
Huge save, Barry Lester. Malcolm D'Souza, well, you called it the difficult shot, but he made it look precise.
You can see the angle is coming in from way outside the peg. 8-9 feet of draw line. Beautiful touch right in behind the jack. 2 down to 1 up. And a massive high degree of difficulty shot there. You could be out there practicing that for another couple of hours and might not play that. And I say that because we're not seeing players nailing the jack like he just did then, and he did it in a really tricky situation.
Oh, no.
Keeps his country alive here. 2 down with 5 to play.
They've lost the jack, so Australia will control the end.
Yeah, that's a great shot from Malcolm D'Souza. I love the body language. Good rink management. Had a great lengthy chat with Derek Boswell, his lead. And it was made up. That's the beauty of visiting the head. The moment he left that head, there was no two ways about it. The shot was made up and went back and played it perfectly. So we've got a jack length of about 28 metres here.
And I want to bring something to everyone's attention again. Catherine Haldane, good sportsmanship from ATs, and you are exactly right. He appreciates a good shot. And it's great to see such high stakes, but he can appreciate the brilliance of what Malcolm D'Souza just pulled out there, and it was simply magnificent.
Yeah, and what makes it so much better than what we all probably may have guessed was, or expected, was the fact that he did it cold. So he didn't need to shift the jack, and Aaron Wilson was doing everything he could in his power to reduce the opportunities for Malcolm there, but he did it cold. He drew it flat and didn't touch a thing in the end. And wow, what a shot to draw within 8 inches, 10 inches over that distance in these conditions. And as we see, it's not an easy thing to do, even with lead bowls. And it might be what him and his teammate and his country need to try and strangle back the lead. So Derek Boswell sticking to the backhand, needs about 4 feet of weight. Both players picking the line well.
So it's a bit of a body blow for the Australians, considering they were on the verge of a 14-9 lead, but 12-10, they're still up. What has Derek Boswell got?
He's got a tailwind. That's what he's got. I didn't see that, but you can see that ball running on, clearly picking up speed as it moves past the jack.
Tricky conditions.
Yeah, the breeze just got in behind that one. Both players, concentration levels are at absolute premium level right now, trying to really focus in on line and length and not let these elements continue to win.
Look at the way Teasies has run on too.
Yeah,
the weight was well. Perfect. And to be honest, well, that's the shot. But a little bit more correction needed. How wide do you need to go?
And that's the thing here. You see, probably Derek, if he had timed his first few ends to timing him now, you can clearly see he's either at the same speed, if not a slightly slower. He's really just trying to take his time, really read into the conditions, and he's done it well. What a shot there from Derek Boswell.
Boswell.
That's almost a back knocker there, but you can clearly see he was just setting up a bit slower there, really taking it all in, getting that concentration to the right level, and setting up. Aaron T's got a pretty good answer here. I think it's going to get back nicely for him. If he can match the weight of his second bowl, well, he's done pretty well there. So a couple of seconds for Aaron Wilson. That's a guy with Aaron Wilson's ability. You know, if you're setting up good heads for him, he'll do the rest.
Well, it's up to Disco now. He's going to have last bowl here, so that'll be something for him.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson, so he'll be already thinking, got 2 shots. If Malcolm doesn't get another one in here, potentially rip that out with his first. Drive draw conditions. Malcolm D'Souza just needs something around it here. Even third shot's good, but not setting up any targets. Oh, I reckon he's managed second there. Aaron Wilson looking good.
Should Australia win this, they'll jump to top of the group on shot difference over Wales. And if Jersey win it, they jump to the top of the group. Undefeated, but they do have a draw, Jersey, with Malta in the opening round.
Yeah, massive moment in this game, I believe, because Aaron Wilson's going to find himself potentially 3 down here as Malcolm D'Souza slides in past that 9 o'clock bowl. And he needs to reach a little bit more.
It's moving.
That's enough.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon Australia is still in for second here. Let's see what Teasy indicates. Disco's still got 2 left in the tank.
And it's all about percentages now. Aaron Wilson, you can see the angle. So down there just at 8 o'clock, you can see the angle of Aaron Wilson's bowl's finished. The full face of that small side of that bowl is back at the clubhouse. That's the sharpness of the turn they're experiencing. And that means it's quite unique conditions. And maybe the easiest shot is just go straight at this jack. I believe they do have the tee. And people say Aaron Wilson's a quick player on the mat. Well, look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
He knows what's at stake.
Decisions. When you've got to stop and think, you still got to take your time. Big moment in the game. He's looking to come on down under that red one. He's going to miss high, but if his weight's good, he could cut things back. And he might achieve the tee now out of that.
No, the tee is now in favour of the Australians. So this is really interesting here because Jersey are looking to wrestle the momentum back here, and Malcolm D'Souza wants to ask Aaron Wilson the question.
And it's front-end pressure, Val, that's causing it all. As much as...
Well, Derek Boswell's bowled brilliantly. Like his first couple of ends, he just seemed a little bit wayward, but he has adjusted to the tricky conditions superbly.
Yeah, he might have only nailed it with the one, but it's still just having that opportunity to be getting to the mat, holding for his skip. And you can see Malcolm knows now Aaron Wilson will get to the mat soon and probably play a big weighted shot knowing that he's got the tee, but Malcolm's trying to get something back himself.
It's going to come in though and slide underneath. So Aaron Wilson set for him. Is it big weight, Barry?
I think so. Yep. I think take all the guesswork out of it. You can see that when I say guesswork, Aaron Tees and Aaron Wilson were having a good old chat and taking their time on the previous delivery, but I think his mind's made up here. If he can kill this jack. Okay, here we go. Big weight. Looking for the jack. Got the tee. Aaron Wilson. Well, why not? Oh, well, he's stiff in the end, but he might have made 2.
He's still got the tee.
Very stiff, Aaron Wilson. So he was looking to put the kill or run with it in the ditch. The jack actually kicked out of the ditch.
Yep.
He could have been holding maybe one or two more, but as it sits,
He got it. Well, Aaron Wilson, superb. Not sure what the count is here, but Aaron Tees will update the scoreboard and just make sure. I think it's... What do you think, Baz?
I think it's 2.
It looked like 2.
Aaron Wilson, forehand, big weight.
That was monumental from Aaron Wilson. Teesy was... He wasn't too sure originally, and then you saw him just look down and go, Jack, and he got it.
He nearly went... I reckon he nearly went with his second boss. Aaron Wilson, as we see here, forehand straight at the jack or bowl, and he was gonna actually just sit in the ditch with it, but the jack kicked out and killed, and it's 1 to Australia.
Yep, so was 1 in the end.
What a shot!
So Aaron Wilson does it again, and Australia lead 13-10. There are 5 ends to play, including this one. To our 15 time limit. We're not going to need that, that's for sure. But this has been a really good contest and a massive hit out for both of these two nations. You know, these are two of the heavyweights of this section, along with Wales.
Derek Boswell, nice starter. Aaron Tees, handy there too. Aaron Tees absolutely nailed his line. You want to be finishing slightly on the high side in windy conditions. If anything, you probably reset to try and finish even 18 inches to 2 feet high and work your way back in. Sometimes in these conditions we trying to nail the line and finish narrow, but he's really picked that up well there, Aaron Tees. It's a great shot. So both bowls are nearly identical there. So he's found a new line. He's reset well there. As we see traditionally in this direction on this particular head, in this particular direction, most bowls finishing across the line. Derek Boswell, we're just looking to play something similar really. Now there's a bowl to run into. It's just going to turn across the head. See the angle of that bowl again. It's a sharp finishing turn. Aaron Tees, can he back it up? Just play 2 the same. Really start forming more pressure for the opposition.
So Aaron Tees has really dealt with the tricky conditions in this end really well. Look at this. This is going to come back, and Teesy's going to pop in a second. He's a popular man, and he gets a clap from the crowd.
Yeah, he's put 2 together. That's the key. In 3-bowl pairs, you can 2 on, 1 behind, and end up being perfect really for Aaron Tees. Derek Boswell's got to achieve something here, whether it be third shot or back bowl, the tee. He's managed to get third.
Yep. So he's put one in and gives Malcolm D'Souza something in the head. 2 of his bowls are behind, so not bad homes at all, but this is a really interesting contest here.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson, I think it's forehand. Tuck the jack in behind the 2 bowls of Aaron Tees's. In worst case scenario, he gets out to where those 3 bowls are of Derek Boswell's. That's the beauty of playing that hand. You can get to that without having to crash on anything, and he's done pretty well there. It's not the worst home to finish.
Has he put it in for a third? I reckon he has, Baz. He's got that in for 3.
Well, Malcolm D'Souza's backing himself on the draw here. Once again, he did it earlier.
In this very direction.
But it's a very, very tough shot. He's trying hard here. He might cut it back. Well, I think he might have got third. Not quite. Well, he's going to have to drive no matter what now. Pretty wide target for Malcolm.
Tee is Australia's.
I think the percentages are playing big weight. Straight at the jack or remove both bowls.
He's shown the proclivity to play that weight as Aaron Wilson. Once he put that, that's a really good home to be in, I reckon.
Yeah, here we go. I thought he might have went with his first, but he's got that Shot in his
Huge weight.
Well,
he's not happy,
off target.
and he's missed his and he's hit his back one. So now Australia definitely has the tee, which may prevent him from going at it again, Barry.
Front end pressure, Val. I said it nearly all day yesterday, and I've said it a fair bit today.
Yep.
That when skips are getting on the mat, holding shots, everything changes. Mindset changes. Positive body language, vibes, the whole lot. It's all good. All good when you're
Yep.
getting on the mat holding shot. And
When you're not, that's when.
you got to dig deep.
Yep.
But Aaron Wilson's he's holding all the cards now with Aaron Tees putting those 2 bowls inside a foot. He can just come up here now, try and add another one. Or
Yep. Really put the pressure on and make Malcolm D'Souza dig deep.
even if he gets in his eye.
Look at the wind pushing this one.
Yeah, it's vicious, absolutely vicious, that breeze now.
There was a big gust that came through as that bowl was making its way down the green.
So Malcolm D'Souza now has to play weight again, but he can't play that big again because he wants to try and stay with the jack. So it's strong swinging weight looking to reduce. If he goes flat out, the chances are the jack will probably spring, or he plays something controlled looking to sit. So he's reverting back to his first delivery.
So now time might come into the equation.
He couldn't do it again, could he? He's trying to play a big draw shot again here.
Has he done it again? This is going to miss high, is it? Or is it going to... Oh, it almost flopped through.
He's cut it back.
Good effort. Now, is it 1 or 2?
2 shots.
2. That's big for Australia.
I thought he would have swung then. Good solid weight, taking a couple of Aaron Teaser's bowls out, or if he got jack, he would have only been 2 down on the tee. But if he had played swingy weight and stuck with it, he could have made a 1.
Now the momentum, Baz, well and truly with Australia after going down 9-7 after 8. They've won 5 of the last 6 ends to take a 15-10 buffer. 32 minutes, we reckon. That's well done to Lachlan Williams as well for getting the countdown clock on. We don't know if it's exact. Obviously, Paul Holschke, he's the man that's going to blow the horn. But
yeah, I'm a big fan of the countdown clock. Massive fan. Yeah, it's very important for the players to be conscious of it all times. You get wrapped up in the game, spending your time with your with your teammate to discuss shots, and all of a sudden, some precious minutes can get soaked up, and you can't complete the game in time. Got to be working to the clock. So 31 minutes left. We saw last year, even in the Commonwealth Games, on the slower greens at Birmingham, you know, you're talking 11, 12-second greens, some games not being played in time. And if the players are having their team meetings and having a lot of downtime for decision-making, can affect that clock.
Yep. And especially, I think, because the wind has just played such a factor, they're having to take more grass and just making things so much quicker.
Yeah, you're probably spending a little bit more time than you normally would with decision-making and extra little team meetings trying to combat the conditions.
So, what has Derek Boswell got? Both of these two, Commonwealth Games, World Championships, veterans. Just slides through. Will it be enough for a second? Yep.
Aaron Tees, backhand, now forehand. Sorry, forehand again. But it just needs to bring it in half a bowl. That's
Now,
all.
He's telling it to move. He's telling it to move. Now it is making its way through. It's going to go past and
Just
it's going
needs
to
to
crash
flop
in and
well.
land exactly where his other bowls are. So Derek Boswell, he's going to go in holding shot.
Ideally finishing high here. Doesn't want to put 3 bowls in the same area. And finish high and count. Somewhere out at 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock would be ideal. As you see this, once the bowl gets into that area there, sharp turn across the head.
Derek Boswell just sneaking past the jack and ends up in a good home. There's like a little red wall there.
Yeah, so he's managed to get 5th shot out of that and the backest bowl. So that's actually very handy if Aaron Wilson goes on the charge. I think you'll find here with Aaron Wilson, he's such a great attacking player. I think you'll see whatever happens here, he'll definitely reach with his first. Unless he tries to dead draw it and fractionally fall short. But I think you'll see a nice positive draw here from Aaron. Give it a chance. Try and finish in a good area. He's not a mile away. He's drawn well so far this game as Aaron Wilson. And I'll tell you what, it's just out.
Away. There's like a little vortex out there pulling these bowls into just one spot.
Malcolm D'Souza, well, he's trying to trail that jack into that little pocket, take that away from Aaron Wilson. Aaron Wilson's got 2nd now. Might see some form of weight, just trying to sit the shot bowl now. He's out on a high line. Well, if he can get the backest bowl, I think that'll make up his mind with the next shot. Forehand, Malcolm D'Souza needs another one in there. Needs to take a bit of weight off here. It's going to get down, I think. It's going to get down to Aaron Wilson's bowl and stay around. Well, that's 2 shots.
Yep. So this is a big bowl for Aaron Wilson coming up. 1 bowl left each, and if Disco can't do anything about it, there's an opportunity for a 3 here for Guernsey. Maybe even more.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. So 2 ends ago in this direction, Aaron Wilson played an absolute cracking forehand drive and put the jack in the ditch. He can try and do that again and make 2 potentially. Or does he go both red bowls? They all line up.
They do.
If he takes his own out, surely he'll take some of the Jersey bowls out as well. Or does he play a little timer, forehand, 6 feet away, sit and stay, trail the jack? Let's see. Aaron Wilson.
This is big.
Forehand it is. Swinging weight or just arriving? Yeah, it's swinging all right.
All right, Aaron Wilson, he's taken a few steps after it. His haunches.
That's what he does.
Oh, my word. And he's followed it in.
He's made 2.
Ha ha. And a round of applause as well. That is absolutely brilliant from Aaron Tees. We saw Kelsey Cottrell do it. Oh, sorry, Aaron Wilson. We saw Kelsey Cottrell do it yesterday. And Aaron Wilson has done it today. Just got a fan next to us saying there's too many Aarons. There's 3 in the men's team.
Yeah, forehand, big shot here for Malcolm D'Souza. If they want to stay in this match, forehand, send it out. Let the bowl do the work. Even if you can cut it back to 1 here. Derek Boswell staring down this bowl. Malcolm D'Souza, 4-time Commonwealth Games
What's he got?
player.
Has he got enough?
Has he cut it back at least?
Well, Teasy and Disco, high five. They pick it up. That is a brilliant delivery from Aaron Wilson. And he continues to ask the question of Malcolm D'Souza. And Malcolm D'Souza hasn't had the answer in the last couple of ends, and we'll get a confirmation of what that score is. It's an eye of desperation here from the Jersey skipper. That's just the 1, so he did cut it down.
Yeah, it's a good shot under the circumstances. You know, you didn't want to go trying to chase these shots. It's a tough one for Malcolm there. You go and chase the shot and you run the risk of going heavy and still dropping a 2, but took his medicine, drew second shot, and they still remain in this game, Jersey, with 3 ends to play.
6 ends of the last 7 have been won by Australia. After going down 9-7, they lead at 16-10. This is phenomenal from the green and gold. Teasy's gone past.
Yeah, pretty deep jack here for Teasy. Usually been rolling at about 10 foot shorter than that, most heads. But as you see there, I can't get over the size of that sharp turn coming in off the east side. Look at that bowl run away. And this is only the second day of competition. Greenkeepers will be monitoring the weather and the conditions. These greens, this particular green as well, can get up to 20 seconds. It's already running, be 15 and a half on day 2. And that sharp turn, that is so unique. You won't get sharp turn like that in many places. And that's what's sort of been the biggest bugbear for both the front end and back end players, just trying to adapt to that really sharp turn. As we see Derek Boswell coming in. Not a bad effort. 1 yard past. So Aaron Tees hasn't quite found it yet. Back him in here with his last bowl. Let's make the adjustment required. He looks pretty good to me.
Yep, he's pretty close. He's Aaron Tees.
Derek Boswell, backhand it is. Played 2 fairly good bowls so far, giving him a chance. He's got to be looking just to arrive now. Little touch of the jack. Clear the front one. Well, if you put a bowl there, they will hit it. It's like gravitate to it, but Aaron Tees, he's done his job. Good hustle there, and that's the hustle we spoke about earlier, Val. You might spray a couple here and there, and that's the conditions, but got to hang tough, and he's done it well with his last.
So Aaron Tees has lifted. Aaron Wilson has lifted. Now it's up to Malcolm D'Souza and Derek Boswell to try and make one late charge, because as it stands, the Australians are going to be topping the group.
Malcolm D'Souza, 2 feet of room here. Just work on hitting the line you've been hitting all day in this direction. Get to the centre line. Try and nail the jack. 9 times out of 10, you'll be narrow on this wide side. As you see, coming in nicely. Just lacking some weight. Aaron Wilson preferring the forehand in this direction. Played a few down here now. He needs to just bring his line in, probably only about a bowl and a half to get that turn, but you can see the angle of that bowl versus the other side. Just coming in late.
Yep, look at that from Aaron Wilson.
So just a personal preference there. Forehand, backhand. Play with what you feel more comfortable. And Malcolm D'Souza's got to find a bit of weight and a bit of length, a bit of line. Pretty close here.
Not far at all. We're going to get a look through the haunches of Derek Boswell, and he nudges the jack straight towards the Australian bowls. He was so close, Malcolm D'Souza. A little bit of frustration from the Jersey products. An air of desperation about him. As people come past us with some lunch, Baz, making me very hungry.
Aaron Wilson, another one in there. Ideally high though. Finish high, just where those 3 bowls of Jersey are. Count and cover, some would say. He's played it well.
Yep, that's exactly where he needed to go, and it's exactly where he has gone. Teasy, his words are good shot. 2 ends to play after this bowl. Australia lead it 16-10.
This is a tricky one for Malcolm. Everyone's probably at home or wherever they are watching thinking, trail the jack for 4. Go chasing after that jack and could lose sight on the actual fundamental of what he's after here is that is just a close bowl, a trail being the bonus. So the key is just to try and draw the shot and the trail be the bonus.
What's he got?
Malcolm D'Souza.
He's close. He has gone that little bit too far. 2 to Australia. And they move ever so close.
8 up. 3 to play? 2 to play.
Two to play.
So tough ask now for Jersey. They've been in this match pretty much all the way.
Yeah, and we will make the time limit as well. So we'll take the countdown clock down. Thank you, Locke. And the score now, well, they need a 4 and a 5 to win to Jersey, and Australia just need to keep holding them at bay. They've won 7 of the last 8 ends. When that run, well, since this run has started, well, they were down 9-7 when they won their first. Conceded 1 shot. Unbelievable from Australia.
Yeah, good hustle, and it's just been exactly that. Sometimes, unfortunately, it had to be with the last bowl. Fortunately, unfortunately, any way you want to look at it, but it's just getting it done when it matters. Aaron Wilson coming up with a couple of big conversions when down, and Aaron Tees, as we see there, nice opener for these conditions. A couple of feet in behind the jack there, right down the middle, and Aaron's just persisted as well. Aaron Tees, and funny as it is, when Aaron Tees did switch to the back end this direction, that's when the Aussie started going on a bit of a run. It just can change the makeup of the heads, change the whole sort of cosmetic look of things when you're looking down the green, both from a lead and a skip. So sometimes a change, as they say, is as good as a holiday, and it's worked so far. Aaron Tees, bang, right down the middle again. You can over persist sometimes in the one hand and find yourself getting off the green, thinking to yourself, maybe I should have had a look at the other hand. And Aaron Wilson, after that little Aaron Tees with that team chat with Aaron Wilson, came up with the conclusion, let's try something new, and it's worked pretty well.
Sure has. So it's been a really professional performance from the Australians because they've been challenged hard in this match. Don't let the scoreline fool you. It's been a lot closer than that. Some of these ends have come down to the final bowls of the skips, and they've just been brilliant, unflappable. It's been frustrating at times for them, but now they just need to go on with it and finish the job.
And as much as Derek Boswell wants the shot, and he's trying hard, he's actually achieved something pretty good for his skip at least, if they want to go
bowls.
On. Yeah, he has the opportunity now if he wants to, Malcolm, or needs to, and trail the jack, but I would have thought he would just trying to get the shot with his first couple and see how it plays out from there, but that's what they'd be chatting about now. We've got the back bowls there if need be. I think Aaron Wilson may even get to him with his first, take that away, or just try and dead draw it. So he is going to the back. Good option. Just take that option away from Jersey. As we see there, just sliding on past, trying to match those back red bowls.
Not a bad effort from Disco at all. So Malcolm D'Souza, all the work to do.
Aaron Wilson, backhand. Okay, needs to settle now. Yeah, he's played it well. So Aaron Wilson's drawn the shot. Malcolm D'Souza needs probably a couple of feet of grass here. It's all about restricting the count now, especially for the pool games. If you're not winning, you've got to be losing by small margins. Might have picked up second there or third. A couple of disappointing deliveries there for Malcolm. He knows it's a hard way back from here. Aaron Wilson taking his time on this one. So forehand it is.
Yep, holding. This is all they needed to do, really, because even if they drop a 1 here, the result is fait accompli. They're in a really controlling position here, the Australians, and it's going to take now some Malcolm de Souza brilliance to make sure that this final end actually means something, although it does mean things for shots up and all that sort of jazz, but this is going to be an Australian victory if he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it'll be forehand for Malcolm, being a left-hander. So down through that front funnel, looking for both bowls to make 3 shots, or if he trails it slightly down the line, he can make a couple. But for me, I think it's forehand, looking for the shot bowl through the second shot bowl and stay for 3. I think that's all he's got. It's going to require a lot of good timing. He needs to send it out, let the bowl come back the right weight and just enough weight to get the desired result. So forehand. First objective, just get to the shot bowl and see what happens after that. He's played it quicker than I thought he would. Don't know if it's going to get back in time. And
almost got a little rub.
So that'll be a pretty good count there for Australia, at least 2.
Yep, I think it is. So that is the match, but we will play out the final end because, of course, to determine who goes through, shots up might matter up. And who finishes on top of the group and all that sort of stuff. Scoreboard is updated. Just check we've got someone standing in front of it.
Yeah, I've got 10-20.
Yep, there it is. So the second half of this match has been completely and utterly dominated by Australia. They have lost just one end. Since being down 9-7, they've gone 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-2. It's been magical. David Clark, Jersey power play coming up. Bill Ridderford joining us as well. Good to have your company, Bill.
Yeah, nice shot from Derek there. Just once again, just trying to pinch 1 or 2 on the last end here. Nice correction from Teasy.
So Alison McComber asking what the patch is on the Australian shorts. That's a moisture wicking patch. So it's almost like a towel that you just
chamois,
wipe. Yeah, chamois, that's the word I was looking for. You just wipe your hands on it, dries them, takes all the moisture out so you can grip the bowl. Really good innovation. It's on the Bowls Premier League shorts as well.
No, I don't ever really get sweaty hands, but on the odd occasion, I do use them. They do come in very handy. Even if you just get a little bit of sand or something like that.
Just a cool, calm and collected person, aren't you, Barry?
No, I just don't. I know someone that has his actual nickname is Sweaty Palms. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But quite often you do hear in my travels, in my coaching clinics and that, some people say, Barry, I get sweaty hands, or what do you suggest I use? And The chamois on the back of the shorts, it's fantastic for that. Or a wet cloth.
Yep.
Wet cloth is really handy.
Certainly. David John Smith, Disco the man of the match. Yeah, would probably agree with that. He's been fantastic. Scotty Marzoni joining us as well, dominating second half. Oz, well done. He represented America at the World Bowls Indoor Championships this year. 10-minute warning now for the end of the match.
Finish up in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, 10-minute warning. So players, there isn't like a master clock up on the wall or anything, but they've got to be conscious of it themselves with their coaching staff, their teammates. You don't want to get into a position where you're fighting for the match and you're not conscious of what the clock's doing. And
Disco, little nudge of the jack.
And it comes back to haunt you. That's the last thing you want.
Troy Jameson, what company designed the Aussie team's uniform? That is Puma. Puma, big weight here. Knocked out one of his own and it's cannon into the ankles of both Aaron Tees and Derek Boswell. But yeah, Puma have unveiled the new kits for the Australian team and they look sensational. I'm a big Puma fan. They sponsor Richmond, Baz, so I'm already well affiliated with them.
Sure you are.
Aaron Wilson again.
Couple of touches to finish.
And he's still got one more to come.
Yeah, just needs to kill here for Jersey to score. One on the tee. So Malcolm, nice release on that one.
He cannoned into everything, and now all of a sudden it's a 3 to Australia. So I dare say he's going to be going big again, Barry.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's one of those ones. Jersey's just got to be careful now that moving forward that shots don't hurt them.
They do have a draw, so that does help in a way. And Aaron Wilson, come
Wants
on.
to cover the jack up. Well,
Oh, it's just gone too far, but no, he's gone for the draw here. Has Malcolm D'Souza, so we're going to be shaking hands. We'll see what happens here. We are shaking hands right now. We're not getting the best view of the head, but we'll tell you what's happening. That's gone short, so it'll be a 3 to finish for the Australians, maybe even a 4. But sensational for the Aussies. Let's have a look and see. What do you think, Baz? Is that a 3 or a 4 there?
yeah, I'll probably favourite for 4, mate.
4, yep. We'll go with it.
Yeah, really hard fought battle there for the Aussies. Early on, Malcolm D'Souza, he was hitting everything, and Derek Boswell hung around too. But I love that swap of hands from Teesy about just after the halfway mark. Just changed the makeup of the heads, and Disco does what Disco does best, some brilliant conversions, and that really helped with the surplus shots that they walked away with.
Yep, you're exactly right, Barry. And after going down 9-7 after 8 ends, the Australians dropped just 1 end after that, and it was a single and end 12. But they went 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-2, and 4 to finish the match off 24-10 in what was a sensational second half of the contest. Teesy and Disco are going to be up next as well, Baz, against Jared Breen and Dan Salmon of Wales in what will be a wonderful contest again.
Yeah, no, it should be a great game, that one. Your Commonwealth Games champions, and yeah, Daniel Salmon, well, he's another left-hander in action. So, yeah, it's going to be a really enthralling game that I'm really keen to see what they can produce on the biggest stage here in Australia after being successful last year in Birmingham.
Thank you, Baz. We'll see you after lunch.
For sure, mate.
Val Febo and Barry Lester with you at Club Helensvale. It is Aaron Tees and Aaron Wilson. They move to the top of Section 1 in the men's pairs. They defeat Jersey's Derek Boswell and Malcolm D'Souza 24-10 in a brilliant display in the second half of the match. We'll catch you in just over an hour's time for the men's pairs action. Australia versus Wales. Looking forward to that one.